boys. Next up, we have Dream Flower by KLYDIX. I assume this is featured. This is featured in Geometry Dash. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Support this channel as much as you want, but not at your own expense. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track ever, so I will be pausing a lot, as I will be pointing things out as I hear them or as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I just stumbled upon my words. I will do it again. So, with that being said, let's check this out. Dream Flower by KLYDIX. Oh god, people are
like a fucking weeb.
I'm gonna have to turn those off for this. Alright, let's see where this goes.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, no, stop. Stop or I will disable them, because I need to get this going. I need to start listening to this. Let's see where this goes. Don't spam them or I will disable them. Alright. Very lovely. So we start with a piano giving us our motif. The piano, of course, is a two-hand instrument, so we have one hand doing the chords, one hand doing the melody. And the melody is giving us a very lovely motif. Motif, of course, being the smallest version of our musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. So, and I think we have some strings as well, giving us a little bit of more extra texture, a bit of extra fluff. Let's see. Let me see. Oh no, it's just the echo. It's just the echo. Very lovely. Some cymbals. Okay, we bring in the drums. Very, very lovely, very nice and slow, sounds almost like a ballad. And we are now engaging in a doubling. So a doubling is a concept for instrumentation, or also known as orchestration. Instrumentation and orchestration are the studies of which instruments you use for what sounds, what reaction, all that kind of stuff. And in this case, we are having the piano and a violin playing the same melody, just in their respective ranges. And in this case, the violin, especially in the higher range, it's a very dramatic instrument. It is very much associated, with romance, the romantic period of music, all that kind of stuff. And it just, the way that it sounds is just very romantic in that sense. Very nice to have this, and I like how different the drum beats, everything sounds with the drum beat, because we got one repetition with just the piano, now we're getting one repetition with the drum beat, we're probably going to get more, and the drums made so much of a difference, I'm going to do it, I'm going to mention it. So, if you want to see a clear example of how much drums and rhythm can really change a track, just listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. The guitar is doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, while everything, everybody else just changes. Knight, welcome to the day. How you doing? So very, very good. I do this on purpose. I will mention this song every time. So let's see. Let's see where this goes. That was beautiful. What did we do? We just took the first half of the motif, we repeated it a bunch of times in a row with the violin high, and just giving us that very, very, very beautiful leap-like melody. It's a very beautiful, beautiful sound to make, and I think that was that an escape tone? No, the escape tone is the other way. It's the opposite of an escape tone. I forget. I forgot the name of this. I forgot the name of this because we had escape tones, and then we had the other way. Because an escape tone is approached by a step followed by a leap. And the other one, I can't remember the name for the love of it, but it's basically what is happening here in this motif. An approach tone. I think it's an approach tone. Yes. Yes. So an approach tone. I think it's an approach tone versus an escape tone is basically the different shape. So an approach tone is you take a leap and then you take a small step, while an escape tone is the opposite. You take a small step and then you take the leap in the opposite direction. And yeah, it's like this like crowbar slash check shaped thing, shape of the motif, and it is very, very, very beautiful. And yeah, sometimes just repeating part of the melody, repeating the motif is just very beautiful. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, probably not, Celia. No, but it needs to be. Okay, so yeah, now we have the piano, which with I think it's a ukulele. I think it's a ukulele next to it, because it's too. It sounds too small to be a guitar. It doesn't sound like much for the rest. So I think it's a ukulele. I think it's a ukulele because usually yeah, I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna actually Blitz. Congratulations, you are deputized. Let me deputize you real quick. There you go. Enforce. Thank you. All right, so because I think it's a ukulele. Usually ukuleles, it's very rare to hear a ukulele arpeggiated, because arpeggios is when you play a chord one note at a time. So we are having this now being played chords like this. Usually when it comes to a ukulele, you will just hear them strumming the ukulele, playing the same like 3 or 4 chords that they know, and that's about it. So hearing this, like this, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's fairly rare to hear a ukulele, and I think it's a ukulele. And let me go back, because I think the drums came back in. Let's see where it goes. All right, tone it down in chat. Let's see. We do one of those stereotypical things in electronic music. We start building up the tension again for the beat drop. We bring in one of those synths that just entirely goes upwards, plus another couple of synths. One of them is giving us arpeggios going up little bit by little bit by little bit, and the drums are starting to speed up. So let's see. Being played was the ukulele apology. There you go. So yeah, now we have this going on. Let's see how they drop how the beat drops. Let's see where it goes. Time out, please. At most. Oh, very, very lovely. And I need welcome to the day. How you doing? So yes, now we're having a variation of the motif. We drop the drums with a more in your face thing. Like just in your face, what am I trying to say? Beat with the motif now being sidechained. Sidechain is when you interrupt everything with the drums. And in this case, it's the bass drum that we are getting. So everything else is now being pushed around those drums so that we can get this feeling of like fading in and out, giving the whole track a sense of either breathing or pulsating or whatever it is, right? So let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Lucas. Yeah, behave. Oh. And now we engage in elongation. So, elongation is another technique when it comes to motific development. 60 seconds, I saw. So, motific elongation is when you take a musical idea and you stretch it. Yeah, 60 seconds is good. And you stretch it so that it takes longer for it to play out. So in this case, we took the motif that used to take, a second to play all the 3-4 notes, and now it took several seconds for it, giving it an extra sense of drama and giving us what I like to call a flying melody. So, a flying melody is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means there is no academic or official term for it, or at least I'm not going to use it for the sake of simplicity. And in this case, a flying melody is you have your drums, you have your middle range thing, area of the spectrum of audio going. My words are failing me today, man. And then up above, we are having a slower, simpler melody just flying above everything else. And it's just a beautiful concept. And right now, it's what we had. And it's very beautiful that we're still using the motif, and all we had to do was slow it down. And yeah. Yeah, there you go. And as soon as we're just going through the different types of motific development, because now we have a inversion. Now we're doing an inversion. Inversion, when it comes to melody, is, let's say in this case, we're having this shape, right? We're having this shape of a melody. Inversion is when you take that and you flip it upside down. And we're doing a combination of inversion with reduction. Reduction is the opposite of elongation. And now it's a little bit faster and a little bit reduced and everything. So let's see where this goes. We repeat this. We're in this new section. And tactile, I don't really care today. I don't think there's a limit today. Ooh. And off the ramp we go. Off the ramp we go. Off the ramp is another term, that colloquial term that I use, which is a good way for to make your listener feel suspended up in the air, kind of a mercy of inertia, going off a ramp, waiting to see where we land. How do you do this? You remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well. And this is just beautiful. We go back to the small scale everything, and let's see where it goes. Now it sounds like we got now it sounds like it kind of sounds like a guitar, kind of not. And Apple Juice, thank you for the follow. We're now at 1700. Thank you for 1700 on Twitch, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you everybody for being here. And yeah, we're now going through this other version, this variation of the motif. And so far, this has been so lovely, dramatic, and the melodies have just been absolutely beautiful, man. This is great. Let's see where it goes. There can be tactile. They can be. Overriding that today. All right, once again with the build-up. Where are you going to take this? And we engaged now in rhythmic displacement. So rhythmic displacement is exactly what you just heard. Rhythmic displacement. We expected the melody to fall on the beat, but instead we just postponed it ever so slightly. We postponed everything by one beat, And that rhythmic displacement just added so much more to the drama. Like, this is as dramatic as it gets when it comes to this, and it's just beautiful. This has just entirely been beautiful. I just want to see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. We're still getting those motifs. Oh! And we are doing this thing. When it comes to electronic music, dropping the beat is one of those few areas where you are completely free. Because when you're making music, you have to keep a careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Familiar is repetition, new is introducing new material. Too much repetition, too much familiarity, you risk losing your listener because they're going to get bored. Too much new stuff too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener. They're going to tune out. And the only exceptions to these are dropping the beat when it comes to electronic music, breakdowns when it comes to metal and whatnot, and solos. Like, there has to be a little bit of familiarity there, but after that, you don't need to worry about the motifs, you don't need to worry about the established rhythms, you don't need to worry about pretty much anything. All you need to worry about is the rule of cool. Does this sound like it fits in my piece? And if it does, then we're keeping it. And if it doesn't, then we're not keeping it. It is one of the very, very few exceptions where the rule of cool overrides everything else. And right now, what KLYDIX is doing is very, very much taking advantage of that with the rhythm, but still keeping those motifs up, which gives us, again, the flying melody, adding even more drama. Then again, we are in the last minute and a half of the piece, which is a good place for the climax to be here, so revisiting those motifs is a very, very beautiful thing to do. So let's see, let's see where this goes. Remind me afterwards, Mystic. Remind me afterwards. Oh, there we go. Another, and now the elongated version with these drums. Oh. And then we're doing a variation where all we're doing is we're playing 2 notes instead of 1 for each note. And it just adds so much beauty and drama to this whole thing. Like, this is a very, like, warm and fuzzy track so far for me. Like, this makes me feel warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. Like, this is very, very beautiful. It's very beautiful. I mean, I'm a melodically oriented composer, so yeah. I'm a melody oriented music. So if you have a good melody, I'm a sucker for that. So I am, yeah. Let's see. Oh. And now off the ramp we go, and we bring back the piano, which is, again, another thing that I absolutely love seeing. Because when you're making music, this is a very good way of resolving a cadence. Because when you are making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension, or you are resolving that tension. That point in between, let me just make it a little more. That point in between we call a cadence. And usually this cadence is going to build up, and a lot of the times is going to be asking for that high note. And one of the things you can do is that you can build up for that bombastic breaking through moment, and it can work, and it usually will. But then there is the other side that you can use, which is instead of making the resolution more bombastic, more grandiose, more epic, bigger, or whatever you want, just completely bring down the scale and resolve it softly. And build it loudly and resolve it softly. And that whiplash right there is powerful. Is very, very powerful. Let's see where this goes, because I think that right now we're going to be repeating the intro as an outro. So let's see. And I think... No, I think it may be a harp. I think it's not a ukulele. I think it's a harp. I think it might be a harp. It's just very... I'm confused as to what this instrument is. It's either a ukulele or a harp. And I can't figure it out, man. This is very nice. It sounds very lovely, and it fits just right. So, yeah, KLYDIX, if you ever see this, can you just tell me what instrument this is? Because I can't, for the life of me, tell what this is. Let's just continue. So, yeah. Oh, and we're having a synth in the back, giving us some extra melodies. Very, very hidden in the back, mirroring some of the motifs that we used for the flying melodies before. It's just so far back that it sounds like a distant echo. It's just, It could be a miniature harp. It might be a harp. Oh. And one last hit of this percussion. We give this one last note, and there you go. Now we just let the sounds ring away. We let the energy dissipate. I think it might be a harp. And yeah, there you go. That was beautiful. That was so lovely. Again, I feel warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. If you know who I'm referencing, we can be friends. And yeah, there you go. That was Dreamflower by KLYDIX, and as far as I understand, this is featured in Geometry Dash. So once again, everybody, this has been the Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, one of them paid subscription. Support this channel as much as you want, but not at your own expense. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you're on the live stream, do not request yet. And if you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord server, link down below. And go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to catch the streams when they go live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. Your local time zone, that's going to show in the Discord and or the Twitch channel, link down below, shows in your local time zone the full schedule. And if you want, and follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel, Games Are Basterd, where we put our... what's it called, the VODs of our gaming after shows if they happen. And yeah, link down below, or just search for it. Same username as James R. Basterd, just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. That was Dreamflower by KLYDIX. Very, very beautiful stuff, man. Very, very beautiful. But yeah, let's move on.